Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Dudes and a Mexican, where our mics are falling all over the place because Hobbs is in here. I'm your host, some dude named Victor Salazar. To the left of me is another dude named Peter Soprano. And to the right of me is our resident Mexican, David Quinones. We're actually in David's casa today, so this is going to be another show where we pick a new location, which is what we like to do. We like to take the show on the road.
Probably around 10 locations now.
Probably more than that, actually. And this is a nice little quaint space here. I'm going to start it off right with boxing. I know there's a lot of things to talk about, but the boxing yesterday, I think a lot has to be said. What many people consider is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Terrence Bud Crawford, Amir Khan. I was there. I can't say I had a good time. I thought the card was okay. I like Shakur Stevenson taking care of Pidufo over. That he'll look like ass again.
Good A-size.
He's alright. And then Teofimo did what Teofimo does. But main card, the takeover is my guy Teofimo Lopez. Like I said, I think he's the one to take down Lomachenko. So moving forward, Amir King Khan. 147-pound pay-per-view, brought the European UK thing, but he didn't bring the fight, I don't think.
But before we get that, you said you were there. How did the crowd look? Did the UK travel over? Or was it how was it?
It was more because we were there. It was more US guys than UK.
Because we were there for Frampton, and UK really came over. Like the Irish came way over for that. Was it the same thing, or was it a little bit less?
It was a little bit less. I was a little surprised by that. But in seeing the fight, like I saw the fight when I got home, I was impressed by Terrence Crawford. I was a little disappointed in Khan. I think Khan might be done. I don't know if you saw the fight, David.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
but what did you think about Khan?
I mean, I think he obviously used the incident with the low blow, which was low.
Yeah, it was.
If you look at the replays, but obviously it wasn't. It didn't. From the replays, it didn't show that he actually hit and made contact with
it was a low play.
what he was trying to say he did,
punch,
and obviously he used that as an excuse to quit. So listen, I mean, I think Khan is done. I mean, he fought, okay. First, couple rounds, but then you could see, Crawford was, his patience was paying off, and he just started catching him with some really good shots. Obviously, you had the knockdown in the first round, but you could see it in Khan's face.
Yeah,
he was taking a beating, and this was his way out. This was his get out of jail free card, and he took it.
Well, so, I don't think he's a get out of jail free card because a lot of people were killing him yesterday. I went when I went to talk to Crawford's people. They were like, that was weak as shit. That was weak. Bomac, Crawford's head trainer, that was weak. Red, his assistant trainer, that was weak. Bud even asked Khan. He was like, why you quit, bro? He asked him right after the press conference, and Khan said, I didn't quit. I told the ref I didn't want to. But I think Virgil Hunter, again, another trainer who I think is so overrated. He had Andre Ward, and that's it. Like he's legit have nothing else besides Andre Ward. And I didn't even think he was interested in the fight. I didn't think he didn't look interested at all in the fight yesterday. But that's just what I think. But again, we don't learn anything from this because much like the Mikey Garcia fight, I had Errol Spence being a heavy favorite, and he did what he was supposed to do. Much like this fight, Terrence Crawford is a heavy favorite. And he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now, Bomac yesterday goes, we want Errol Spence. That's it. We don't want no one else. And as much as that sounds good, is it really gonna happen? What do you think? I mean, you said yesterday, I'm tired of both sides saying they want it.
Yeah.
And nothing's really happened.
Yeah. All this is just a big tease right now, and that always seems to happen every time there's a cross promotional with two A sides. We've seen the A side like Top Rank or versus B side from Heyman, and we've seen the A side from Heyman face B side from Top Rank. We've never seen an A versus an A except for Pacquiao and Floyd. That's the only big.
Well, Lomachenko also was one.
Yeah, I mean
that's another time that it happened.
Yeah, that was.
And they did Stevenson and Goldstick. I mean, I know it's not Spence and Crawford, but
I'm talking about like the top people at their company, like Crawford is arguably the top person at top rank right now. Yeah, him and Lomachenko 1 and 2, whatever, but Crawford he can be considered the top guy at top rank right now. And Errol Spence, along with Wilder, he can be considered the top guy at PBC. They don't want those guys to lose, and they're not gonna have them lose unless they get big money to do it. And they're not a Floyd, they're not a Pacquiao, so they're not gonna get $300 million for them to fight to split between the two of them.
Well,
So
they can do
they can-
they can do 500,000 pay per view.
yeah, they can. But the thing is, you're gonna have to argue on the split. You're gonna have to argue on
I
what
think
network's gonna be on.
I think. I mean, as much
It's a
as
lot to be done.
as much as people don't want to believe Bob. Most of the time, I don't believe Bob. What he said yesterday was the truth. 50-50 split pay per view. That's it. We'll put it on ESPN. You guys put it on whatever Fox, Showtime.
That's what it
pay-per-view,
should be.
Whatever it should be. It has to happen.
Especially
it has to
for
happen.
the boxing fans. Come on, I mean,
That's
it
it.
should
There's
happen.
just-
that way.
there's
I mean,
nothing else.
That's just that's fair.
Like,
That's
you
fair.
know what I'm saying? Like, you could say Spence. Spence could probably fight Thurman. Spence could probably fight Porter. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Daniel Garcia. I don't want to see him against Pacquiao. I just think Pacquiao is not. I mean, Pacquiao can't be Spence. That's just. I love Pacquiao. He's done great things for the sport, but that's just. I don't want to see that.
I think Pacquiao could beat Porter and Garcia though.
I think it'd be Porter Garcia. Might give Keith Thurman a good fight too, but I don't want to see Spence and Pacquiao. So, for Crawford, there's really no options on his side, and you know what I'm saying. And then for Spence, he does have options. Porter, Porter, Garcia, Thurman, even Pacquiao. So the hesitation might not be on Bob Arum's side because Bob Arum has no one to put Crawford in against. It might be on the other side. So, Dave, what do you think if we don't see this fight? I don't think we'll see it this year, but if it doesn't happen by 2020, do you think that's it? We're never going to see it?
I won't say that. Listen, if you go back, in the past, you've seen it where,
But in terms of his expiration date, prime versus prime.
Prime versus prime.
Because it clearly,
yeah. I agree. We probably won't see it. So, I was actually gonna refer back to Mayweather and Pac. Obviously,
5 years
at its prime, you're right. We never got it, and we should have got it. And then all of a sudden, years pass. Pac is not the same. Mayweather's still on the top of this game, and then we get it. And the hype was still there. Not as much as it probably would have generated had we gotten it, obviously, during its prime stages. But yeah, I do agree. I don't think we're going to get it, if we don't get it within the next year or two.
I have to say, it's truly amazing how much that fight brought in, and they're both were after their primes.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if that had happened during their prime. It's
Who
amazing
knows?
how much it could have gotten.
I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna happen also.
Next year.
I don't think it'll happen.
I think it will.
I think for me, I think Bob Arum is gonna put the pressure on the PBC brand, and she just has to because Crawford's got nowhere else to go. He just doesn't. Who's he gonna fight? He's gonna fight Louis Collazo. He's gonna fight.
And going back to what you said,
one of the Eastern European guys that they have. Who's gonna fight? Who's Crawford gonna fight?
going back to what you said, they have to do it by next year because if they don't do it by next year, listen, Spence is a big boy. He may have to move up after another year and a half or 2 years from now. But 2021 is a long time, so he may have to move up by that time. It's got to happen by next year.
I think it will happen by next year. I think the boxing world. I think they learn.
They've got to demand it.
I think that's what I'm saying.
They can't just take the listen. Like you said, Spence versus Thurman, Spence versus Porter. They're good fights, and people are.
See, I wouldn't mind Spence versus Porter this year.
They're good fights.
If next year we get Spence versus.
But that's the thing. We have to demand that they fight because if we keep settling for that, they're just going to.
I just think it has to. It just has to happen. It's the best fight in the sport to make outside of maybe a new way. Like I'm a hipster, so a new way versus either Sister Kid or Estrada.
Yeah.
It's the best fight to make in the sport.
But how many times in boxing though we say that it's the best fight to make, it's the best fight to make, and they don't freaking make the fight. It happens so many times. I know, it happens so many times.
You're right.
And it's just
right.
And I know there's economics to this whole shit, with anything, with any sport. But it's definitely killing the sport, I think. I think it's hurting the sport. Yeah. It's hurted, a lot till now. And you have the emergence of, UFC and all these other mixed martial arts tournaments. So it's definitely a
But I think here's the thing I think is different than last time. the eyes of the sport are magnified now because before it was an HBO Showtime thing. So it was like,
You're right.
it was just 37 million subscribers versus 25 million subscribers. Now it's ESPN, 100 million subscribers. Fox, 100 million subscribers. So you got guys on the Fox network talking about Errol Spence. You got guys like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman and all these ESPN guys talking about Terrence Crawford because the thing I like about Top Rank and their pay-per-views, and same thing with Fox, is that they get their main guys involved. Chris Myers does the Fox thing.
Yeah.
So Chris Myers does a lot of football for Fox.
Yeah.
So he does the play-by-play. You got, aside from having Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, Stephen A. Smith is usually doing things with ESPN.
Yeah.
And of course Max. Max after the weigh-in had everyone on his show. So now it's not only an HBO Showtime thing where, it's people that are paying, $15, $10 a month to watch these things, and it's not magnified. It's magnified now because people watch Fox, people watch ESPN way more than they would Showtime or HBO. So I think that's the difference this time.
See, but
That's the difference this time because people on the Fox side are demanding it. Every time after he beat Garcia, people from Fox on all the FS1 shows were asking about Spence.
Yeah.
Crawford. Yesterday, there was no one on ESPN yesterday that was talking about any other welterweight besides Spence for Crawford.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's different this time.
It's something that they have to do. But also another thing that would help out with that is, listen, every time these guys are fighting now, they're putting them on pay-per-view. You said 100 million viewers, 100 million subscribers and viewers, whatever. Same thing for both networks. Give them one fight on TV to show them to the casual fan.
Spence done that before. I think.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
And Crawford too. Crawford's been on the Plus and on regular ESPN.
Yeah, they have, but being on the Plus is different than being on ESPN with all the.
Oh yeah, of course.
If you had one fight, hell, even Pacquiao had that. If you put Crawford one time on that, and you put Spence one time on Fox because he hasn't been there since the Olympics.
Was that NBC?
NBC like that, it could be so huge to get casual fans to get into them by seeing them at one time.
Fox did great with the promotion.
Oh, it was.
Spence.
And ESPN did great with the promotion of Crawford. I saw that commercial every single second.
I think it's there. I just think it's magnified this time, and I think it's gonna happen next year. And if it doesn't, like I said, boxing sucks 360 days a year. It's really good 5 days a year. Moving along, Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez took care of business. To me, he and Loma need to happen by the end of the year. He says he needs to happen by the end. He said he can't make the weight anymore.
Really?
He said I want Loma in December. Bob said he's gonna give me Loma after the Super Bowl. Yeah, after Comey, after the Super Bowl, or same weekend of the Super Bowl. But he said I can't make 135. Jeez. So if you're Bob, do you just skip over everything and make Teofimo versus Loma? I think you do. If you're not gonna make Mikey Garcia, I almost think you have to, right?
Yeah.
I definitely think so. I mean, listen, it's definitely an appealing fight. Again, just keep it moving, man. Keep it moving. Keep these, good matchups going. And hopefully, the fight can be made. So.
Is that Hector? Fuck that guy. I'm kidding. I love you. No, right. We keep moving, right? I think you have to. I think Loma's extraordinary talent, but I think Teofimo is the one to take him out. I like what I saw from him again. He has the it factor. Like, he's brash, he's good, and he knows it. And it's almost like a Floyd thing, where a lot of people really like him right now because he's so cocky and disrespectful. But he's that good, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing that's very interesting that he just says that he said he's having problems, or he doesn't think he can make weight.
No, he said it. He told me, I'm a big boy. You see me right now, I'm a big boy.
With that being said, even if he waited till Super Bowl or even in December, that's a long time from now. But it would make more sense to skip the Comey fight and have that now than if you're going to.
I think he knows.
Because if you're going to have the Comey fight first, then by the end of the year, he may be too big.
I think he wants a fight before the Loma fight. I think he wants Comey, or he wants if Bob puts Loma in with Luke Campbell. I think Teofimo's going to fight Comey. And I think Comey and Teofimo, I think that's a big fight. Especially for Teofimo, because Comey, if you fight Comey, you're gonna be in a fight. You're gonna be in a fight. Even if you win, you're gonna be in a fight.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good fight for Teofimo before Loma.
It is, but it's just That's a long time. You're pretty much saying, all right, in 8 months you got to make sure you stay at this weight. When you say you're a grown boy, you're 21, and you know how fast you go at 21.
December. He said he wants him at December, and I mean, he knows his body. He told me, I know my body. I know February it's not gonna be there, but December it'll be there, which is fun. I want to see him fight Comey. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see him fight Comey. Did you see the Danny Garcia fight, Dave?
That I didn't get to see.
I saw parts of it.
I just saw parts of it also. I saw some
highlights.
highlights.
I saw parts of it, and again, another thing. Danny Garcia versus a 140 pounder. Danny Garcia took care of business.
He pounded him.
Of course he.
Yeah.
It was expected.
Well, I was going to say it was
He
expected
was
of him
gonna.
to
He was gonna, but
beat
again,
down Arenado's.
again, like all these fights. Here's the thing about boxing: all these fights that have been going on right now, we're not learning nothing new.
No.
Nothing new. Like I knew Danny Garcia was gonna pound that Bernardo, and what did we learn about Danny Garcia? We don't know.
Last night on both cards, it was just heavy favorites versus guys.
No, I think
guys that were good, but
the top ranked card was the undercard was pretty good because Verdejo against Vasquez was solid. Verdejo to me still has a lot of work to do.
yeah, but I still have Verdejo win that pretty clearly.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
but that's not an Oscar Valdez type of performance. That's not a Lomachenko performance.
No.
You know,
No.
same guy. He was in the
No,
same.
I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not saying all the heavy
class.
favorites were impressive, but they did what they were supposed to do. They're supposed to win. They all won easy.
Yeah, that's pretty much
There
it.
was no fight where it was like, yo, this could have gone either way. I thought every fight last night was
True.
clear. You knew
True.
what
Yeah.
was on it.
Yep. And you paid $70 yesterday. I'm pretty sure you're mad. No, but Danny Garcia, what's next? What do you want? What do you want to do with Danny Garcia? Are we canceling him? Is it over? Like, do we want to see him again? Like,
I don't mind seeing Danny. I actually like watching Danny fight. I think he's a good fighter. I just don't think he's at that top level of welterweight. I thought he was top level at 140. I don't think he's top level at 147.
no, he's lost twice. He lost twice at 147.
So I
He lost
think
twice.
I think he could be around the fifth or sixth spot for 147, but I don't think he's going to be at 1 or 2. So I don't mind him getting good fights, but he's just going to lose to the top guys. He's going to lose to Spence. He's going to lose to Crawford. He's going to lose to those guys. But I mean, him versus Porter was a good fight. Him versus Thurman was a good fight. He lost both of them, but they were good, solid fights.
Well, Thurman fight was a little boring.
Boring. I mean,
No, but where do you think Danny Garcia
Thurman's
fits in?
back over.
Do you think he can win a title at 147 with all these guys?
Yeah, I think he could. I mean, again, I know I've said it in the past. I don't agree how PBC has ran his career.
Well, it's mostly his doing.
Yeah,
I mean, it is mostly his doing too, because I know he said he's satisfied with the money and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
His
So,
doing.
but at the same
he's
time,
good with
listen.
money too, so
I mean,
have
but
to.
yeah, but at the same time, like these boxers, right? What do they say when a challenge comes up? Oh, well, I fight. It's my promoter. It's my promoter. Listen, if your promoter's doing their job, all right, they're steering you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he had that win against Matisse, man. I thought everything was just
I thought he was going to catapult.
and then
after
all of
that.
a sudden, it's just his career just kind of like
It slowed down right after that
and then
fight.
it just slowed down.
I thought he was.
He didn't
gonna be
really
a
go,
beast after that.
where I thought he was.
No, they tried.
but he's
They
definitely-
tried to build him as a Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
and that backfired because he went to the island and he couldn't
And
speak.
that was the one
he
that
couldn't
hurt
speak
him.
Spanish, and then he pretty much lost the fight on the island against Herrera. So
Because
not only did you lose, but people found out you can't speak Spanish.
after that Batiste fight, I'm thinking this guy's a year from fighting Floyd.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was just like, shit. I mean, this guy's the man.
And went
He's
straight
probably
home.
one of the guys.
Once they started playing the Coming Home song, as they come in Puerto Rico, that was it. It was done.
Tell the
Only
world.
Carmelo
So
can
it
do
was
that.
like this. I'm coming home, coming home. And then he goes, que sí, que sí, que sí. That was terrible. That was terrible. I love you, Danny. Danny's my guy.
Yeah.
No, but I
Most of his fights are exciting. I like watching the fight. So.
yeah. He's a likable boxer.
It's fun fight.
So and he brings exciting fights. So I definitely think I think it's definitely a possibility. He still has that nice hook. So I mean I think it's definitely a possibility that he can.
Danny versus Pacquiao. I would like to see that.
I think Pacquiao's gonna fight Thurman. Actually.
I would like to see that.
think
Yeah, I think so too. I would like to see it.
And I think for Pacquiao, it's probably a winnable fight. For Thurman, it's
never gonna fight Spence.
No. Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
I really would like to see that.
It's not gonna happen. And I think people are over it. And I think people want to see Spence and Crawford. I think that's it.
Oh, man, no.
That's it. Everyone has to demand it. Everyone has to demand it, like we were saying. moving along, the greatest woman of all time. That's what she calls herself anyway.
I was about to say what?
She walked.
I mean, I didn't. I watched the fight after. I'm listen. No disrespect to the females out there.
I actually saw it during.
No disrespect to females out there, but I just can't get into it. I tried 2-minute
I thought
rounds.
that was the part I had a
2-minute
problem with.
rounds.
I thought it was actually an okay fight, but the problem with the 2-minute rounds, like as soon as you're getting into it, ping, next round.
2-minute rounds are tough. Like I think.
And if it was 3-minute rounds, she would have stopped her.
Yeah, you're right. But I think if you wanna put this on the even playing field, you wanna make women's boxing exciting like UFC does, you gotta have the same rules.
Mm-hmm.
They have the same rules. UFC, same thing. UFC. If it's 5-minute rounds.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a championship fight, it's 5 rounds.
Yep.
If it's not, it's 3 rounds.
Yep.
Same thing as the men do. That's the only way. I'm not saying it's ever going to be as popular as men's boxing, because clearly the separation from men's boxing and women's boxing is like this. UFC, they're kind of closer, because of Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I was about to say, you got some.
You have a lot of high level people
Yeah.
fighting against each other, while in boxing, there are a good amount of high level, but they don't fight each
But
other
the thing
because
is,
they're in different
the
divisions.
problem with it is in boxing, there's not as many knockouts as there is in UFC. UFC, you get these
Stoppage, knockouts, choked out,
It's crazy.
yeah.
So I mean, listen, she's a really good boxer.
Yeah.
She's clearly proven herself. 2 gold medals, undisputed. But I can't,
But then she has to go to the gimmick of I want to fight guys now.
Yeah, that's.
Like,
I mean, she said she could beat up Keith Thurman.
yeah.
Yeah, so
She called out Golovkin.
Triple G. Yeah.
She
I
called
think
out.
somebody else.
She said Sean Porter. She said
Yeah,
I could beat Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. They might be bigger than me, but I got better boxing skills than them.
Oh, my gosh.
What's her record though? Isn't she like 9-0 or something?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
9-0.
She's not even. I mean, listen, 9-0.
I'm not getting on the record,
I
but
mean-
the point is, like, you fight a different fight. Like, you're fighting 2-minute rounds against people that are mostly weak, that aren't going to knock you out. It's a completely different story.
Interesting. Last time somebody said they could beat a man in a fight, her name was Ronda Rousey,
Yeah.
and she lost.
And she lost next
So
match.
she needs
To a boxer.
To a boxer. So Clarissa Shields needs to calm down with that.
Yeah.
Triple G murder.
Triple G murder.
For Sicilian
murder you. Cecilia might knock you out.
Yeah,
That
so
one.
shit.
So Triple G might murder you. Keith Thurman and Sean Porter probably murder you too. You need to calm down.
And they probably wrestled.
Yeah. Seriously. So last thing on the boxing is a big week in boxing. Kron Crawford. We had Dan Garcia, and the biggest news I think was Big Baby Miller getting popped for 3 failed tests. One was EPO, one was HGH, and the other one was something with the card license
Plate.
plate.
GH1225.
CH, whatever. Big Baby Miller, who I personally like.
I like him too.
I like him too. Stupid move.
Yeah.
He
He's got no excuse for this.
David, if you are gonna go up against Anthony Joshua,
$6 million.
$6 million guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed 2 comeback fights. After that, $2 million each.
Yeah.
Big Baby Miller just threw away $10 million.
Yeah.
$10 million. He may never see that in his life again. Would you be that stupid to do what he did?
Oh hell no! Of course not, man.
Why would he?
I would be making sure my weight is good. I mean, and nothing would be. I mean, nothing would be off.
He fell for the bank robber.
I mean, listen, maybe listen. I like Big Baby Miller too. Listen, maybe he thinks that he needed some type of advantage or something. For this fight, I don't know. I don't know what the thinking is.
He wasn't gonna win.
In this whole,
he wasn't gonna win.
He wasn't gonna win, but still, maybe he thought there's I could put this by and maybe this will propel me or help me win.
But that's why I said he fell for the bank robbers mentality. Bank robbers mentality is why do they get caught? Because they keep trying to get something bigger each time. He's thinking in his mind, if I could just get through this one fight with these steroids or whatever, and I actually beat this guy, it's over.
But does he not know
It's
it's
over.
VADA?
I mean,
It's VADA.
That's the thing. How many times has he been tested by VADA before?
This is the first time.
So he doesn't know. So that's the point. He doesn't know how serious it is. He's heard it, but he's never been part of that. He doesn't know how random it is. He doesn't know that they're legit. So he's just going off of what he said. And in his mind, it's just like one time.
It's
Just get
crazy
by one
because
time.
it's crazy because he called Anthony Joshua a steroid
Yeah.
user, and he's the one that's
Yeah.
using steroids. I mean, oh my god.
Man, I would just, even if I knew I was getting my ass whooped, I would still just
$6
make
million.
weight and stay clean.
He doesn't even have to make weight. It's heavyweight. He can come at 800 pounds if he wants.
Then they brought that Deontay Wilder video where he called him out like a couple of years ago, saying that it's gonna come out, like you're gonna get caught, and
Wow,
he got caught.
crazy, man.
It's insane, and you would think the guy. I mean, listen, he throws a lot of punches for a big guy, so a lot of people are saying that's why.
Very active.
That's why he's very active. But man, and then his promoter or someone that works for his promoter said that it's a racial thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like,
This
I was like, what? Like,
yeah.
Don't make this.
oh, really? You know, she tried to use Canelo. There's a big difference between Margarito, Canelo, and Big Baby. Margarito, yeah, whatever. He got caught with hand wraps. But he was shamed. People killed Margarito afterwards. He was suspended for a year, came back, wasn't the same person, and whatever. But we called Margarito Margarito, right?
Yeah.
For a reason.
Yeah.
It's not like we gave him a pass.
Yeah.
He served a suspension. Done. All right? And then she goes about Canelo. Granted, Canelo, whatever, popped for me, whatever it was, 6 months. But Canelo himself enrolled himself in VADA afterwards. And he did the hair sample test, which pretty much, I mean, I don't know how that
And
works.
he does still get shit for it. People still.
Oh yeah, people,
Yeah,
so, probably always gonna get
So he's getting shit for it. Luis Ortiz, we gave him shit for it when he got popped.
More than once.
More than once. Alexander Povetkin, we gave him shit.
Oh my gosh.
Do I think Big
Call
Baby
him
Miller?
Drago.
We call him P. We
PED.
call him PED Vetkin. But do I think Jarrell Big Baby Miller should be suspended for life? No.
No,
I mean, a year, and
No.
randomly tested all the time if you want to come back. That's
Hey,
it.
remember Steve Cunningham brought this to a lot of people that he told around the gym. He was like, listen, a lot more, probably your favorite superstar used it. A lot of people use it. They just are better at not getting caught.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was the other side of the coin I was going to say. I mean, listen, professional sports, you can go across the board, football, baseball, boxing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people use it. But you're right. It all depends if you get caught or not. So, and some people, some people don't, some people do, and then that's just the nature of the game, so to speak. So,
Well, here's the you fucked up, Big Baby Miller. That's it.
Yeah.
that's
That's it.
man.
I mean, I hope you come back from this.
Yeah,
I personally really do like you, but that
Yeah.
was just stupid. That's our boxing because it was a big boxing weekend. I'm moving along. Make this quick. NHL playoffs. I really haven't paid attention.
Yeah, we're just gonna give
I've
our
only been
picks.
paying attention.
Just
a
so
little
we're on
bit
record
here
with
and
picks,
there,
because
so.
we're not
I
big.
just want to go on regular picks.
I'm a big Rangers fan, not a big hockey fan.
I'm a big Rangers fan. Islanders look pretty good against the Penguins. That was pretty deep.
They advanced.
I'm going with the Winnipeg Jets.
Oh,
That's my pick to win the Stanley Cup.
okay.
Don't ask me why. I watched one game with
No,
them.
pick Dallas. That helps out the Rangers.
I think Winnipeg's pretty good. From what I saw. Don't ask me why. I'm going with the Jets. If they win, you should bet on them. Just saying. You going with the Islanders?
I don't know. I hate the Islanders.
I hate that.
Listen, other than the Rangers, the two teams that I've seen live are the Nashville Predators and the Golden Knights from Vegas.
What's it called? Smashville?
Smashville. So I'm gonna actually go with the Golden Knights.
Golden Knights?
Golden Knights and pick them to win.
Yeah, the Jets are going to beat them.
They may play next week.
I think so.
I'm gonna go with the Caps, man. Listen,
That
the
makes
champs.
I just think
Listen,
the
they this last game that just passed.
Devils aren't in it, right?
Yeah, they're getting top pick.
I'm just kidding. I know they got the first
Top,
round.
yeah, they had top pick.
We got the second.
Superstar.
We got the second. I
The
know.
Caps, they look good. Their last game, they look in the lead form. They look pretty good, and I think they were down 2-1. Now they're up in their series, probably playing. I think the Islanders next round. So, but listen, they still have their team. They still have Ovi. So defending champs. Road to the Stanley Cup goes to Washington. So
Makes
we'll
sense.
watch.
Makes sense.
So.
I mean,
Ovechkin.
Rangers. I mean, I don't really care who wins, but no, I was actually going for Ovi last year, so that's fine. Moving along, I think before we get to the NBA playoffs, Magic Johnson stepped down from the president of the Los Angeles Lakers because he wanted to tweet. How do you feel about that? He wanted to tweet.
He got
Hey.
tired of getting tampering
He
fines.
said he wanted to tweet.
He got caught for tampering like 3 times. You know, instead of doing
Imagine,
that, I'm gonna
imagine you
tweet.
quoting CDP because you want to tweet.
Quit like a tweet. That's some serious question right
What
there.
Francis say to you if you quit because you want to tweet?
I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. Maybe you want to ask.
won't be
her what
filming
she
from
can
here
say.
anymore.
Yeah. Definitely not. So.
That is amazing, though. Like, seriously?
But like,
You quit being president of operations of an NBA team so that you can talk freely about people and just tweet.
such a that was. I mean, listen,
Not just any NBA team. I mean, the Los
Lakers.
Angeles.
like he's a staple figure. He's one of the greatest players of all time.
You know what probably pushed him over the edge? The shit that went down with Simmons. Because
Ben Simmons?
Yeah, because remember he was Simmons asked to have a private workout with Magic, just meet with him and work out. The NBA said, well, first of all, the Sixers denied it. Elton Brand denied it. And
Better, better.
Yeah. So then he had to bring it up, and because Magic brought it up, the NBA had to investigate him for it. And he probably was like, you know what, I'm done with this shit. I'm done. I've had enough, yo. I'm out.
Listen. When you get LeBron on your team, that's what happens, bro.
You're under so much pressure
so
to
much
win.
pressure to win. You know, you're gonna get fired.
That's why he's had like 15 coaches.
You're gonna get fired. Your coach's gonna get fired. Gee, I don't even know how Rob Pelinka's still there. He might
Give it
not
a
be
year.
there. Like LeBron's on your team. LeBron's the owner,
He's literally
player
fired like
coach,
15
GM,
coaches.
whatever. Magic was like, I'm good. I'm done. Bro.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like,
Oh, it's bullshit.
I've gotten fines. I'm about to get fired. You know.
man, I tried to get you Anthony Davis. Look, he's just bro. I'm
Yeah.
alright, man.
Shit blew in my
Fuck
face.
that.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck
done.
this.
I'm out.
Fuck this LeBron shit.
Yes.
That's exactly.
Fuck this.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah,
Fuck this LeBron
exactly.
shit. I guess. Have you been watching the NBA playoffs? I've been watching a little
I've
bit.
been
of
watching
it.
here and there. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna pay attention to like the second round.
Yeah,
the second
second
round
round's
is
gonna be
pretty
good.
good.
It's-
I think the best series right now is probably Dame and
Yeah.
Russie.
Yeah,
Golden
going
State.
back
I mean,
and
I'm
forth.
gonna say Portland and the OKC. I think what would you like to see in the second round? I'd like to see. I mean, Milwaukee Boston is gonna be good.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be real good.
See, I don't think that's going to be as good as people think.
You don't?
No.
I just saw Gordon Hayward go hard today. Gordon Hayward, man. Butler's
I missed that game today.
Off the bench.
off the bench.
Off the bench, baby.
He was just knocking stuff down.
I listen. I think it's going to be a good series just because I think the Celtics are hitting their stride right now, man. I really do.
I'm pretty worried about that.
I got to see Celtics.
And their starter,
play.
listen, their starters played like shit today, and still the bench,
Hayward,
the bench is what saved them. So
I mean, a long time ago we said we know the four that's going to advance the East. We know it's going to be Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Toronto,
Yeah.
and Celtics. So until they play against each other, I can't make judgments on if somebody's really playing well or not. So this first round, I expect all four to win. Even if it pushed to 6 games, which it doesn't look like any of them are going to get pushed to 6 games, I think it's all about the second round to see if they're actually playing well.
Oh, definitely.
I think the second round
Without
of the East is
doubt.
going to be amazing.
Oh, it's
I
gonna be
mean, this is
really
the
good.
first time. There's no LeBron in the playoffs.
And even in the West, Golden State may get their biggest challenge this year.
Houston.
Team that was knocked them out last year.
Houston.
Yeah,
So the second round's going to be off
I'm
the
waiting and salivating to watch that series.
Yeah, that's gonna
And
be
no boogie. No
Yeah.
Boogie Cousins. So it's like a rematch of last year.
Literally, it's a rematch.
Last year. But I'm. What were your thoughts of the Nets game yesterday and then the fight and should Jimmy Butler got kicked out?
Listen, it's a new NBA now. Like,
I think he should have got kicked out.
if that had happened 20 years ago, neither guy's getting kicked out. Maybe they get a technical and that's it, but they're not getting kicked out. It's a new NBA now where as soon as there's a skirmish, they're going to kick people out for no reason. So yeah, I even saw Barkley on TV. He was like, they shouldn't have kicked anybody. No, they shouldn't have. Like, there was no punches thrown. Nobody got hit by anything. No slaps. No nothing. All it was a push, like 2 pushes, and that was it. Like, there's no reason to kick both of them out. And Sixers are lucky to win that game because obviously the Nets are going to be able to trade Dudley for Butler and get them both out. They'll take that in a second. So they got lucky to win that game. And Embiid was the smartest one because he was like, I know my team needs me. I'm not going to hit anybody. I'm not going to push anybody. But so
He goes, Jared Dudley, who
He's a
cares?
nobody.
He's a nobody.
That's fucked up.
I like that though. I like a little bit of a trash talk. I don't mind it. It's the NBA playoffs, so I'm fine with it. I was fine with all that. I was fine with Dudley doing that. I was fine with Butler going back at Dudley to protect his teammate. I was fine with all of it. And I was fine with a hard foul by Embiid too. It should have been a flagrant foul because he actually hit the ball. Like he was going for the ball. So it just was a hard foul. So I had no problem with anything that went down, except for the refs kicking them out.
I think Brooklyn's in a good spot for next year. I think some.
They need to get big men.
I think some superstars are gonna look at that team and go, man, they're giving Philadelphia a good
I
series.
think they got room for one superstar spot. They need to get another big man.
I think in the beginning of the year too. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people that pick them.
No,
of
definitely
course
not.
not. Of course not.
So and that coach has done a hell of a job.
Mhm.
So a lot of credit goes to him too.
Atkinson's
So,
pretty good.
yep. So, but yeah.
So is anyone beating Golden State?
I'm still gonna say no, even though I am actually, like Dave said, I'm really interested to see that Houston series. I still don't think anybody's gonna beat them.
I mean, it's gonna be tough, man. With Cousins going down, one would think, oh yeah, maybe Golden State.
I mean, it evens the playing field.
It does, but it doesn't.
They still need one more injury to pretty much even
well,
play.
not only that, I think just Durant's gonna be, he's back to being himself now. He doesn't have to share the ball now, so now he can take as many, I forgot what he averages.
Yeah, they actually slow down when Boogie and Durant was in the game. So because Durant actually drives, like Steph shoots all threes, Clay shoots all threes, but Durant actually drives, and with Boogie right in the middle, it kind of makes it a little bit tight for him. So without Boogie, it actually spreads him out more.
But I think
I put Iggy back on the court for defense.
I honestly think, listen, Houston should have had it last year.
Definitely.
I think they're probably the only team, in my opinion, that has a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what happens next round. I'm with Pete though. I don't think if you're a betting man, you say
I think the only team that can beat them is Houston.
Yeah.
So I think Houston's the only team that can beat them.
I think that's it. That's it.
I agree. So
moving along, I mean, a few more topics. The Yankees and the Mets. Big news, Dave. DeGrom injury.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It's not serious. I don't think it's serious. Actually, I was reading today that possibly canceling the MRI for tomorrow. He's been
Why would he do that though?
He's been seen, throwing. I think it was just a big precaution, especially with the guy that you just, give a boatload of cash to.
Of course.
So,
that's why I'm giving the MRI anyway. Just
I think. Listen, I think it explains obviously his last two outings. He doesn't look like the same DeGrom, obviously. So I don't think it's a big concern. So. I think the Mets definitely need another starter though.
Who's Keuchel?
Going into the starter,
Gio
so
Dallas
I would
out there.
love Dallas.
Gio
Give the guy, damn.
Huh?
He opted out with the Yankees.
Yeah,
Oh, good?
he had the option to. Yeah.
Yep. So he's out there. But I gotta tell you something that I saw yesterday that you're probably gonna be upset about. Well, you're probably gonna be happy about.
Upset or happy?
My man Untouchable Vic was at the fights
Yeah.
with the Braves hat.
Really?
How do you feel about that?
Really? A Mets fan with a Braves hat.
I saw him at the fights with
He probably sold out after the Braves beat up on the Mets. Yo, listen, the Braves can hit, they just can't pitch shit. Like, they beat up on the ground, yo. That probably switched them, yo. Yo, shout out to Untouchable Vic. You can get me a hot dog and a beer at the next MSG fight, yo.
He's got plenty of people hot dogs.
Yeah.
She fights actually. He was at the Golovkin fight, just buying random people hot dogs.
Like, and he bought like 20 of them.
Was it dollar hot though?
No.
MSG,
he bought like 20 of them.
Hey, my man,
He just randomly, yo, you want a hot dog?
Want a hot dog? Want a hot dog?
Shout out,
He was wearing Braves hat yesterday. So I thought you should know.
Alright.
Tell me why Jacoby Ellsbury can't even make the all-injured.
Dude, that's
team.
crazy.
The
No,
all-injured Yankee
I saw
team
it. If you put Stanton or Judge on DH, then he can make it.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
You can't because it's
They got
Hicks,
Hicks.
Stanton, Judge.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Put one of them at DH, then he can play center.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the only way he can play.
Andujar, Didi,
Mm-hmm.
Tulo, Greg Bird, Sanchez, Severino, Betances.
Mm-hmm.
He can't even make the all-injured Yankee team.
Still can't play the field.
Somebody wants him to.
I don't want to play the field anyway. I don't mind. Listen, I like seeing the kids today. I like
They
what I
paid
saw.
him so freaking much.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait till he's off the books. Clint Frazier.
He'll be like 40.
Don't trade Clint Frazier. I don't give a fuck. Don't trade him.
He belongs.
He
I'll
belongs.
take him.
He belongs. You're not gonna take him.
I
He
belong.
belongs. God. And Duhart, I don't want to trade him either. I hope he comes back this year. It's been tough. 11-10. 11-10 the Yankees. I've never thought we'd be 11-10, and the Red Sox would have a worse record than us. The Red Sox are a worse team than the Yankees right now, and they're not even injured. They even got Dustin Pedroia back.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong.
It's a long season.
It is.
It was only April. We'll talk more baseball in May, June, July.
Very long season.
Very long season. NFL draft news. What are your thoughts? Kyler Murray's going first?
Yeah, definitely.
Think so?
Without a doubt.
Kyler Murray's going first?
Yeah. From everything I've been told, that he's completely locked. They're not even really like looking at other.
Well, what are they gonna do with Josh Rosen?
Well, since he's not making much money, they technically can keep him because he's not making any.
But
money.
why would you keep him if you could get a return for him?
Well,
obviously, they haven't got the
they're
return
not-
that
yeah,
they
that's what I'm
want
saying.
yet.
That's the thing.
But draft night, things happen. Right?
Possibly, yeah.
So
If they get any type of first round pick, they'll do it right now.
Yeah.
But they're all getting offered, I think, late second round picks.
Yeah.
So as of right now, they're not getting the return they want. So that's why I said they can technically keep them until somebody gives them what they want. So I think definitely they're
Who do you think trades for Josh Rosen?
Redskins. I think right now they signed him to be a 1-year deal, and I think Alex Smith's career is done. So
They're gonna give him a first round pick.
no, I think that's the debate right now. I think they'll probably try to give them a second round pick and maybe a second and another pick, so that they don't have to give their first, because they actually want to use their first. They've been checking out a lot of prospect wide receivers, so I can see them taking a DK Metcalf if he slipped, or Marquise Brown from Oklahoma. So they're looking heavy at wide receivers. So if they can get Josh Rosen at quarterback, then you got your number one wide receiver in the first round. Then they go from there. And they got Darius Geis coming back, but they drafted him the second round last year. So they got their offense settled down as soon.
What pick are they?
15th.
Really?
Yeah.
They were that decent?
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Shit.
15th.
I thought it was getting sucked last year. What about you guys? What about the Titans?
The Titans are very high on Christian Wilkins, the D tackle from Clemson, because they want D line and they want edge help. The problem with him is that they think he could go in the early teens, and the Titans picked 19th. So their GM has never been one to not be aggressive in the draft. He's been drafting for the Titans for 3 years, and he's traded his pick all 3 years. So,
Really?
Yeah. He traded back the first year, and he traded up the last 2 years. So he's not afraid to move around. So. If he really wants Wilkins, he'll try to get him. Another person that they may look at is Brian Burns, because a lot of those teams that are in the early teens have 4-3 defenses, and Brian Burns is a 3-4 linebacker because he's only like 245 pounds. So he may slip to them, and that'll be the pass rusher that they really need. So.
What do you think we do, David, with number 6 and 17?
Haskins, baby, Haskins.
I think Haskins gonna be there at 6.
I think so. I think he'll be there, and I think
I don't think Giants like
you know
him,
all this smoke and mirror, all this stuff that you're seeing, man. I think it's just. I'm serious. I think it's a plan. I think it's.
But
a
is
plot.
he a hog though?
So.
See Hog Molly.
Is he a hog Molly? We're gonna take the best player available.
Listen, the Giants are in a prime with 2 first-round picks. They're in a prime position to turn your team around right now. It's just making the right decisions on those picks, and
I think he drafted well last year.
he
he
drafted very well.
Good job.
And like I said, to solve the offense, if you got a right tackle, a wide receiver, and a strong arm quarterback, your offense is already set. You have every other position set on
You
offense.
think he take Haskins though?
No.
I don't either.
I don't think they will.
Who do you think
I think Haskins will go after them. I think Haskins will go in the range of like 8, 9 to 11.
That would be
This city's falling.
bad.
Because I think the one team that I've been hearing a lot that really likes, there's 2 teams that I heard that really like Haskins: Denver at 10 and Cincinnati at 11. And Cincinnati is the team that I think that I've been hearing that they may trade up to get him. So they're the team.
So you think he's going to be
So
gone
they're-
then?
So they're gonna trade.
Yeah, he'll be gone in the top 10, and
So
Cincinnati picks 11.
Cincinnati gave up on Canelo.
Yeah, he's definitely done.
Oh, wow.
Listen, the one thing about NFL teams is when you get a brand new GM, brand new coach, whatever, you want your own quarterback. You want a completely new quarterback, your guy. So, which is the reason why Arizona, this was not their coach's guy. He wants his guy, Kyler Murray. The same thing's going to happen with Cincinnati. He wants his guy, and the guy he wants is Dwayne Haskins.
The Tony Haskins there at 6. The Giants better take him.
And there has been
They will.
a source that says that there is one NFL team that has Daniel Jones as their
Yeah, I
number one
saw
guy.
that. I don't believe
I don't
it.
believe
No, I
it.
actually do believe it,
I think it's the Giants.
and I do think it's the Giants.
I think it's
I
the
really.
That's what they're saying.
And I think there's a legitimate shot that they will reach and pick him at 6 instead of waiting till 17 because somebody else may jump him and take him. I think if you want your quarterback and you think he's really the quarterback, you take him
him
at
at
6.
6, right?
And I think they will take him at 6.
I hope not. Well,
I mean, who knows? He may be good.
He may be good.
He may be
maybe,
good.
I don't know.
Listen,
I like Haskins though. I like what I see. So.
I like Haskins and I like Locke. So I like both of them.
listen. I trust Gettleman's drafting. He's proven to be a good drafter. Yeah, he's made not.
Got no other choice.
Yeah, so-
Gotta trust him.
He had a good draft last
He
year.
had a good draft last
He
year.
did, he did.
So we'll see.
Got 3 starters.
We'll see. If you leave a draft class 3 or 4 starters, that means you had a really good draft. Last thing before we go, Game of Thrones is on in about 12 minutes.
Yes.
First episode, kind of slow, kind of liked it, kind of building up to
Set up everything.
Set everything up.
set everything
Yeah.
up.
Jamie's gonna die.
I think Jamie's gonna die.
Jamie's
too.
gonna die.
Yeah.
He's mad about it. Jamie's gonna die.
Either that or they're gonna cut off his other
Arya's
hand.
killing him.
They're gonna cut off his other hand.
Listen,
Either that.
Arya's killing him.
Listen, Jamie Lannister.
Jamie Lannister.
If you
Better
come,
run.
if you come at the king, you better not miss.
Yup.
So,
Yup.
so Daenerys and Bronn, if you come at the king tonight and you miss, you're fucked.
Listen.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And the true king, Aegon Targaryen. Fucking Daenerys was like, "Oh, you killed my dad.
Yeah.
That's all right. How about my brother Dickon?
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead too. Oh,
Yeah.
fucking bitch! I'm gonna tell John that he's the real king. He's the real king." he's like, "You fucking bitch! I'm gonna tell John he's the real king right now. Like, I was gonna hold this secret till the end of the show.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I'm telling
I'm
him
telling
right
right now, John, you're the fucking king." He's like, so you're telling me my father, the most honorable man I know, would lie to me? He's only doing it to protect you, because he know King Robert would kill you. And John's like, fuck, this fat guy's making sense right now.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh. I saw the meme. I saw the meme was like, Jon Snow's the only guy that doesn't want to get promoted, but he keeps getting promoted. He's like, I never asked to be king of the north. You named me king of the north. Like,
And then they end the show with the one guy who seemed to be in every single scene with Branch is looking at him.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that one point when
That was awesome.
Samuel goes to him. He goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing out here, Brand?" He's like, "I'm waiting for an old friend."
Exactly, yeah.
I'm like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" And
Wait.
Jamie shows up.
Yep, waiting on him again. It's like,
Prediction.
that's all he's doing.
Who's dying tonight?
Jamie.
Someone's got to die.
Somebody's definitely dying tonight.
Well, Ned Umber died. Remember Ned
Yeah.
Umber, the little kid?
Yeah.
The little kid. That was the
He
little
died
kid.
last week. He was on the
Remember when Sansa tried to take away his castles and his
Yeah.
land?
Yeah.
I bet he wished she did.
Yeah.
He'd probably be alive right now.
Exactly.
Who's gonna die today? Oh man, I'm gonna go.
Because if somebody doesn't listen, it's only 6
I don't
episodes.
think anyone important is gonna die today. I
See,
think
that's a disappointment.
I think they're preparing for next week.
No, I think somebody's dying tonight.
Someone important is dying tonight. I
I
don't
think
know.
the hound's dying.
Ooh,
Now.
why?
Oh shit.
Arya's gonna kill him.
No,
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Arya.
Listen, how may kill Jamie for Arya?
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think anyone's killing Jamie. I don't think anyone.
But I told you guys. Remember we talked about this in first episode. I was like, nobody's dying tonight. Watch.
Well, then Umber died.
So, well, you know, an important character.
Damn.
Ned Umber.
Wasn't even
Bro,
important.
What's up with Lord Glover? Lord Glover, I'll stand behind Jon Snow.
Yeah, exactly.
House Glover will stand behind House Stark as we have for 1,000 years.
Yep.
And I'll stand behind Jon Snow, the king of the north.
Yep.
Well, he's not king anymore. So.
Well, he's like, fuck that, motherfucker. Bro.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
You go on your monster, I'm gonna chill here.
Like, I'm out.
My prediction is no one dies tonight. Important because next week is the Battle of Winterfell. Next week is an hour and a half. I think it's 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Better
crazy.
be, yo.
It's gonna be nuts. It's
Yeah.
gonna be nuts.
55-minute shows, man.
Oh shit, the White Walkers are coming, bro. They're coming.
Yo,
They're
it's
coming.
only 6 episodes in the whole season, yo. You gotta start speeding things up, yo. Especially if you have 1-hour episodes.
Well, as long as Jamie doesn't die today, I consider it. I consider it,
Done.
all right?
Done.
I'm done. That's our show for tonight. We gotta prepare for Thrones. It's on in 8 minutes. I need to go
We
get
need to
drunk.
get wine
Get wine and
know
You know,
things.
we out.
Thrones, you know.
We out. We'll be back. I'll give you a Avengers Endgame review at the end of the show next week because
Yep.
it comes out next week too. And we'll talk more NBA playoffs.
All right.
Peace. Later.
Top dead.
I don't know.